Yes, you're asking yourself about your counterpart, your desired partner, the person close to your heart. If he ends the affair or the contact with this other person, well, what happens then? Will he get back in touch with her? If something starts happening between you, if things start moving again in your relationship, maybe you always have this thought in the back of your mind. Yes. And what about the other woman? What about this crow? If she gets in touch again, will he go along with it again? Will there be another affair? Will the contact start up again? What exactly is going on there? Or will it be completely over for him then? And that's what we're going to take a look at now. We're tapping into the energy of the present moment, the most prominent energy that wants to reveal itself. And you don't live in the collective. Person cards are gender neutral, and a collective reading cannot apply to everyone. And I always find it so wonderful that you take exactly what resonates with you, what fits your situation, your little puzzle piece, as I like to say. And I think that's absolutely fantastic. And not everything here can be a perfect fit for the collective, for your situation. So, and now once again, a wonderful hello to all of you, a wonderful hug to each and every one of you. And I'm sending you all lots of love and a big squeeze because you are so fantastic. You are such heart angels. So I thank you from the bottom of my heart that you exist. And your comments are once again so wonderfully kind. Thank you for that. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for your support and for your loyalty. That means a great, great deal to me. And now I would say, let's go. Let's take a look. We have the Eight of Wands. Okay. Eight of Wands. So, first of all, I already see a wonderful change, a realignment within the change. Something is happening. Something is changing for him or her. Realignment. Above all, what I find beautiful here is that we have a positive development. And yes, maybe right now there's a bit of a standstill in the chaos. It could also be that the situation is throwing him into a bit of chaos. We're talking about the contact here, whether it's an ex, an affair, anything that might have come between you two. So there's a bit of minor chaos coming in here and then a slight delay, yes. But the main theme here is realignment. So from that perspective, things are already looking pretty good in terms of realignment. And yes, the Eight of Wands, the realignment. Okay. With the Wands, it's also the case that we have speed. Sticks always represent speed and contact, change. We are now moving into change here. Realignment, change. And the card also says, yes, there will be a change, a realignment. So here we already have a yes included, right? Where there's really no more question about it. But what exactly is the realignment? But we're going to take a deep dive into that because I already see the person close to your heart here in a decision-making process. So decision, what do I choose? Right. There are wishes involved, There's this, yes, the balance. So here we have a renewed decision. Decision. Right now, it could also be that he gets a bit overwhelmed again. Why? Exactly, we're looking deep into it. But the point is to bring balance in here. What's missing here is structure. It could also be that he's totally unstructured, dealing with different things, whatever's going on with him. But the meaning of the cups is also that this is about what concerns a relationship and really about the dreamlike aspect of a relationship. because it seems that's where he wants to go, since he or she is also developing desires. These are wishes, longings, and there's the decision. So let me put it this way. A relationship is definitely on his mind, especially stability in a relationship. And when it comes to stability in a relationship, there's this weighing of options, a bit like yes, maybe, maybe not. What exactly am I doing here? So there's something going on. So if he finds himself in the situation where this person gets in touch again, he'll go back and forth weighing things up, like, what exactly am I doing there? And this chaos. So something is definitely on his mind, but he also knows he wants stability, this realignment when it comes to a connection, a relationship. So, and now we have justice. Great. That fits perfectly again because justice also represents decision and realignment here. So, and now we have a solution. Again, a decision. The redemption, this awakening from the awakening. But as I said, there is still something that keeps bringing him back into doubt, into this chaos, into a standstill, into confusion. But he actually already has the solution. And above all, what I find really beautiful here is that he would overcome the difficulties, exactly what those difficulties are and what exactly is going on, especially which direction, how and what. But, let's take a close look at that. And so let me put it this way. What he really wants is this inner thing. The decision is always his inner self. He actually wants redemption. Something is still coming his way here where he really wants redemption because it absolutely can't go on like this anymore. And he doesn't want that either. And he wants to get out of there. So some kind of liberation, maybe a breakthrough of liberation. We have another yes, a yes for reorientation. So not yes, because we have two yeses, and then this maybe, right? Yes, but as I said, he's still going to end up in some kind of situation here. So let's take a look. What exactly is this situation here, and what kind of decision is going to be made here? So the uncertainty is still showing up. Contact, communication. When the other person gets in touch again, whether he will relapse again, that's what it's about, this tendency to relapse. That's a really big issue for him because he doesn't want to lose you, no matter whether you are in contact at that time or not. We're assuming now that we're in this area. He or she has ended the whole thing. It's over with this other person, right? And the ending, yes. But if this person gets in touch again, then it's also that he's faced with a decision, a real choice he has to make. And I get the sense quite strongly that this person keeps putting a bit of pressure on me, not just once, but repeatedly. It's a kind of pressure that builds up over time, along with feelings of guilt, those feelings, that sense of being responsible or at fault, they just keep coming back. So a bit of coaxing, a bit of sweet talking. So there is definitely something that keeps coming up. But he feels happiness with you. There's something there, a new direction. He starts to have doubts. Doubts? This. How do I get myself out of this situation now? Because with this person close to your heart, it's also that he always wants to be seen in a good light. Even when this person gets in touch again, and they really do, they have a whole repertoire of, flattery, let's say, so that she can keep coaxing him, sweet talking him. This lady here can really sell herself well. As I said, whether male or female, right? But really good at it. Above all, she'll spring into action when she senses something from you. Basically, she actually knows about you, right? Maybe not you as a person, but that there's another woman. And here I see she wants to snatch him up. She's possessive. That's how I see her. And I really see her here as a completely false person. I see her entirely in lies, dishonesty, entanglements, and this lack of honesty, because she also has issues from her past. And regarding the past, from the connection, it also seems like she went back to another person. Could have been a husband, but could also have been an ex-partner, this connection, you know? Or with someone she's already been in a relationship or connection with. I see her going back there again. And I mean, she's not happy at all. Yeah, you know, even if she goes back again, okay, but she'll reach out again because somehow she always wants to make her presence known, right? She has the control. She always wants to have everything in her hands, and yeah, I always see her as so restless. Very possessive, as I said, and she can really show her claws in a big way. As I said, she will get in touch with him again. As mentioned, it could be an ex relationship, or it could be an affair. In any case, it's where there has already been a connection before. And here too, she will pull out all the stops with flattery, as I said. And this is how it goes. For someone he cares about, there's always this inner struggle. Oh God, what should I do now? Because as I said, he always wants this. Oh, everyone likes me, you know? And he also wants the person. That's where you might think now. But she's so awful. What does he even want? He doesn't want anything from her. He doesn't love her. My dear, for him it's simply about being seen in a good light, about being the great guy, about not coming across as a bad person. And yes, he will get back in touch, yes. But if he does, I say, congratulations, my boy, you're in for a real treat. Even if, as I said, at first it all sounds and feels great coming from this lady, just contact, no personal meeting, so no sexuality, right? Then, and he thinks, huh, all right, you know, was I able to clear everything up here now? Is everything settled? All good. But then she strikes as well. Because then you have the calm before the storm, you know, and then things really explode here because she wants to get her way. And I keep putting her in guilt, in accusations, and try to make him really small again and push him down. So, and that's when things are really, really going to blow up again. Until he reaches the point where he really doesn't care anymore how he is perceived. Because during this time, maybe even before, he has realized how important you are to him, that you are in his heart, that he wants something to develop there. And here again, as we saw at the beginning, relationship is my big theme, the connection between the two of you. And he sees that as a major issue. And that's where he feels happiness. He also wants to make you happy, but deep down, he's still unsure whether you even want that anymore, whether you're still open to it at all. And that's why I see him approaching cautiously, slowly, taking small steps toward you. And I see the contact between the two of you. It could be through a friendship. It could also be work related, you know, that you pick things up again, or it could be a shared hobby. Yes, or maybe going to a restaurant together, for example, doing something you both used to enjoy. Something that is being picked up again here. And maybe it's just in the friend zone for now that you both are just staying there at first. But it's easy here because he's slowly getting closer and it concerns you. Is there still something from your side? He knows it, right? He's just being very careful in his approach, not too hasty, not too impulsive. Because in a way, he's a bit of a scaredy cat, afraid he might get rejected here. And he's always hidden it, the love, the feelings for you. And as I said, with this person, I don't see that. I've got the ending lying here again as well. So even if there is contact again, I don't see it turning into an affair or a relationship here. So I would say that would be up to you. Of course, you'll notice it, or if you notice it, or if you see him online, on social media somehow, he's online, and then you think, oh, wow, maybe everything tightens up inside you because you think, is he texting now? Is he meeting up with someone right now? Or something like that, right? And that's where your fears come in, right? The fears are, of course, I completely understand you, that those fears are there, you know? What is this chick up to again, huh? But for you, it's important to say, hey, no, I'm absolutely amazing. He only wants me. That's it, period. And because of that, I really think your fears, like I said, I understand you, but your fears are really misplaced here, you know? Just smile about it and see it this way too. These fears that exist here, well, they're really unfounded. If he's in contact with someone, then it's more of a family thing for me. It could be a child, it could be a friend, you know? So male or female, you get the idea. But I see it more as a friendship. And as I said, family, maybe it's a sister or something like that. But I don't see him out there flirting or anything like that. It could also be that because of work or a hobby or something, maybe he's in some groups or so, and that's where he has some contacts as well. Yeah, but as I said with her, I see that completely over and done with. She might try to reconnect again at some point, you know? It could also be that he might reply briefly, but it would be short and cold, because I also see him as being more distant. It's his process. It's actually his or her learning process that he's going through. As I said, the restlessness is showing, yes, but the whole thing is unsettling him. If you two are in contact again at the moment and things are slowly building up between you, then that's also where his restlessness comes from. Like I said, he's wondering, do you even want this? But I also see him sometimes almost like a bit of a teenager, you know, with what he's feeling. It's just so incredibly beautiful. And I keep seeing those feelings of happiness with you. And you'll also notice that the contact becomes more and more intense because I see stability here. It's getting deeper, and the love and your connection with each other are growing stronger. And it's absolutely clear. It's moving from friendship into love, right? So friendship is really just, yeah, a placeholder. Let's put it that way, right? It's a friendship, yes, right? But as I said, with her, she will reappear, she'll make an impact, and it will hit him just as hard because she'll be shown complete chaos. That's chaos, confusion, this pressure, this, yeah. So really, there's a huge struggle going on there. So there's a lot of shaking going on, and the box is about to explode. And he'll keep getting pulled back in because I always see him caught up in the pain. But, well, if he needs to keep looking good in front of others, that's absolutely his issue. And that's also because he always wants to be the good guy on the outside so that others see him in a good light, you know, so that he always comes across well in conversations. That is his biggest issue of all. Because he's also lacking self-worth. He gets his sense of value from the outside, from others. So what else do we have? We have the Page of Swords. Okay. So regarding the person close to your heart, in terms of their actions, yes, there will be conflicts, right? And that will also, he will also realize that what is happening here is completely unfair towards him, this injustice, and that it is also a deception. But he will really face the truth and will embrace the new. Above all, this new beginning, because he also has a different understanding of everything from the experiences he has had here, the truth that he is facing, that this is simply just a false game. That it's simply, yes, maybe she wants something like do this, or yes, I feel like she wants to take advantage of something. Above all, I see a very strong breach of trust here. And that is going to have a major impact on him, definitely. So, okay. But he's also the type to say, okay, this, the new shore, the new beginning, leaving the old behind here, you know, which also concerns you, this curiosity, setting something new in motion, especially regarding the connection with you. And above all, letting go of the old patterns of behavior, because those are exactly the old patterns that kept putting a stop to things between the two of you, right? And they kept interfering or getting in the way whenever things were about to move forward between you two. So, and now, what else do we have? Love. He will follow the path of his heart, and he will also remain faithful to the love he feels for you. And he will truly listen to his heart here as well. And this, yes, this irresistible attraction that she always brings, he will then really notice, hey, I'm just being made fun of. I'm just being toyed with. And that's what he will realize. But he knows that this person is pure selfishness. He will notice that too. And as I said, the new direction, the change, the transformation when it comes to love, friendship, and this connection with you, which may have always been a bit uncertain, and he will truly, genuinely follow the path of his heart. Yes, absolutely. And once again, we have a definite yes. A new direction, the decision of his heart. Yes. So a repeated yes. And out of this, maybe where you both start to struggle, you know, this, what should I do now? This chaos that's being shown. That's also important. That's also good. I mean, for him, this whole thing is really going to hit him hard again, you know? So it's going to hurt him, your counterpart. And out of this chaos where it's like, well, maybe you could somehow have a friendship or something, you know? It will be shown to him differently. It will open his eyes, and that's right and important. And dear ones, I thank you from the bottom of my heart for watching and wish you a wonderfully beautiful rest of your day. Goodbye.